Okay, number 9, it says, after a sailboat has been on the water for 3 hours, a change in wind direction reduced the boat's speed, average speed, by 5 miles per hour. The entire distance sailed was 75 miles. The total time spent sailing was 6 hours. How far did the sailboat travel in the first 3 hours? So I'm going to, sort of like the back to the my my whiteboard, and I'll see if I can figure it out. But I'm going to keep reading the problem, And, so I know there's a boat in the water, and it's moving along. All right? So it says, after a sailboat is on the water for 3 hours, a change in wind has occurred. So I'm going to say this is over here is where there's a change. CHAN, change. Change in what? The wind. I'm going to say it's the first part of the trip, D1, R1, T1. All right, so let me read it again. It says, after a sailboat has been on the water for 3 hours. So I know he's been on the water for 3 hours. All right? So after the sailboat has been on the water for 3 hours, a change in wind direction reduced the boat's speed by 5 miles per hour. So I'm going to put the second part of the trip down. So I'm going to say this is X. I have no idea what it is, miles per hour. And this is going to be X minus 5 miles per hour. He slowed down. All right? Again, keep reading. And you might have to keep reading from the beginning. So after a sailboat has been on the water for 3 hours, a change in the wind direction reduced the boat's speed by 5 miles per hour. The entire distance sailed was 57 miles. So I'm going to say this entire distance over here is 57 miles. All right? Now, the total time spent sailing was 6 hours. Well, if it's 6 hours, that means the first part was 3 hours and the second part is 3 hours. Now, my picture's not very accurate. I have my eraser out, and I want to point out the reason it's not accurate. The first part of the trip's going to be certainly going to go further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this over here and say maybe over here somewhere. Okay? Okay. Let's write this down now. What do you get over here? 3x. That's the distance on the initial part of the trip. What goes over here? 3 times x minus 5. And this is miles. And this is miles. Okay, what are we going to do? Add things together. So the entire distance is 57, which means distance from here plus distance there has got to be 57. Let's write that down. So 3x plus 3 times x minus 5 equals 57. That's my equation. Let's simplify. 3x minus 15 equals 57. 6x minus 15 equals 57. I'm going to add 15 to both sides. What do you get? 6x. Let's see, what do you get there? Let's see, 62, 72, right? And then, maybe I should go write down what I'm going to do. Not say it, but write it down. What's going to be? 6 and 6. 6 goes in 6 one time, that's x. Again, you may not remember what x is, it doesn't matter. Solve an equation. And that goes in 12 times. All right? Now, what does that mean? And I'll write this over here. It means that this is 7 miles per hour. And what's this over here? This would be 12 miles per hour. What's the distance on the first part of the trip? 36 miles. And what's the second part of the trip? 21 miles. Okay, let's go back and read the question, right? So I don't know the question, I can't remember. So this is question number 9, and it says, how far did a sailboat travel in the first 3 hours? It's 36 miles. And that's it. Thank you.